Hey guys, Jeremy Renner, who's I've been a fan of Jeremy Renner's for a little while now, and actually, honestly, ever since he did Hawkeye, and then he also did one with Ben Affleck called the Town, which was actually a really good film. You guys should look at that. I highly recommend that movie. But Disney is trying to not pay him what he's worth, and I believe that if you're worth something, you should get paid what you're worth. And Hawkeye is not. I mean, it's a character of the Avengers. Yes, it may not be like a major character, but he is a major part of Avengers. So I believe that he should get paid fairly well for that position. And not only that, he has season 1 of Hawkeye, and that's based off of just him and I think another girl. I actually, honestly, I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna watch it. I just haven't had time. But I am going to eventually sit down and watch it. But he's a really good actor, and we're gonna get into this. I don't want to keep talking because you guys will probably get bored with me. But we'll go ahead and roll it, and I'll just say what I gotta say in between the video. But he is a phenomenal actor, and I believe he should get paid what he's worth. So without further ado, let's roll it.
Only half to Jeremy because I got ran over. Maybe that.
Oh, sorry guys.
That one line had fans cheering and Disney scrambling. Jeremy Renner clapped back hard after Disney allegedly tried to lowball him for Hawkeye Season 2, offering only half his original salary after a near-fatal accident that left him with 38 broken bones. And he didn't stop there. He said a whole lot more. Let's break it down. The savage sentence that shook Disney. Did you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over? With this single scathing question, Jeremy Renner Hawkeye to millions of Marvel fans worldwide delivered what many are calling a devastating blow to Disney, highlighting the callousness of one of the world's largest entertainment companies. In a shocking revelation during a May 2025 interview on the High Performance podcast,
We're going to pause that right there. So I feel like a lot of actors, they don't want to say a word because Disney is a huge asset to their career, and they're afraid to talk about it and like say, hey, no, enough is enough, and I deserve more. It's not even the money, it's more of respect. Like, they've been in this acting position for years now, and the higher you go with any job, you should get paid more. The more should come with raises, and I don't think that they should cut your salaries just because they want to. We all know that Disney has enough money that they could pay him the same amount as they paid him last time, but they choose not to because, who's going to say no to him? Well, Jeremy Renner did. So, I'm going to go back to it, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there.
Renner disclosed that Disney had offered him half his original salary to reprise his role as Hawkeye for any Plus series.
Asked me to do season 2, and they offered me half the money. And I'm like, well, it's going to take me twice the amount of work for half the amount of money, and so 8 months of my time essentially, and to do it for half the amount.
What makes this offer particularly egregious is the timing. It came after Renner's near-fatal snowplow accident in January 2023, an event that left him with over 30 broken bones and a grueling recovery process. The implication behind Disney's offer seemed clear to Renner. His value had somehow diminished because of his...
Why? Did you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over? Maybe that's why you want to pay me half of what I made on the first season? I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, go fly a kite.
The power of Renner's response lies not only in its direct...
Yeah, pause that. Yeah. So from what he just said, you only want to pay me half because I got ran over. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of true in an asset. He didn't really... they didn't do that to him before. They were going to pay him pretty decent money. They did in the first season. They did probably in the movies. And he fully recovered. Yeah, there might be some issues down the road, but for the most part, he can do anything that he could have done before that injury. So I don't understand why they would cut his salary just because of that. And it does feel like that's why. But I mean, we'll let Jeremy tell you, because I don't know a whole lot. I'm watching this with you guys. I kind of heard a little bit about it before, and I figured I'd do a little thing on it. So, but all right, we'll go ahead and roll this some more.
But in what it represents. A man who faced death, endured an excruciating recovery, and emerged with an unwavering sense of his worth. This wasn't just about money. It was about respect and recognition for an actor who has given over a decade of his career to building the Marvel Cinematic Universe as one of the original 6 Avengers. Renner emphasized that he wasn't seeking a raise, merely the same compensation he had received for the first season. I didn't ask for any more money, mind you, right? It's just pay me what I made the first season, he explained, highlighting the reasonableness of his position. The offer was
sure that's pretty
particularly
reasonable,
insulting, considering that the second season would require twice the amount of work and an 8-month commitment, all for half the pay.
I'm not going to go torture my body and risk permanent damage somewhere. Especially for half the money, it's gonna no. And more importantly, I said it's for my time.
Critically, Renner made a distinction between Disney's financial team and Marvel Studios in his criticism. This is not Marvel, mind you. This is like just Disney, not even really Disney. It's just the penny pinchers, the accountants, he stated, suggesting.
Pause on that one. So I get where he's coming from that, and I don't understand why he would have to say that unless he's trying to like maybe hold it so that he doesn't like get completely cut from Disney. But here's the thing. It's not from Disney. It's not from Marvel. It's the penny pinchers. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. The ones who control the penny pinchers is Disney itself. So if it was just the penny pinchers, Disney would be like, no, we need him. He's a main aspect in our Marvel team, and we need to make sure that he is compensated well, or at least what he was paid before, because obviously that's all he wanted was the pay he had before. He didn't ask for any more, but they wanted to cut him in half and make him do twice the amount of work, and I don't think that's right. And Disney has every right to tell whoever it was that said no that that's not going to happen. We need him, so he's going to get paid the amount that we gave him last time.
A disconnect between the creative and financial sides of the company. Disney has reportedly disputed Renner's claims, but without providing specific details about the negotiations. This lack of a detailed rebuttal has left room for speculation about the true nature of the offer and the reasoning behind it. The fallout from Renner's revelation has been significant. Fans have rallied behind the actor, with social media platforms buzzing with disappointment directed at Disney. Many have criticized the studio for undervaluing an original Avenger, particularly one who had recently survived a life-threatening accident. Comments highlighting sentiments like, "It's sad to see an OG Avenger treated like this," have been common, reflecting fans' loyalty to Renner and his portrayal of Hawkeye. Industry observers have noted that Marvel is attempting to reduce costs, which may be part of a larger trend in the entertainment industry, especially for streaming content. However, this cost-cutting approach has raised questions about the future of Hawkeye without its original lead and the potential impact on the broader MCU. Despite declining the current offer, Renner has expressed that he would be open to reprising the role if offered fair compensation. "I still love the character, I still love to do it, but I had to defend myself," he explained, indicating that...
Which I don't think is unmanageable. Like, give me the amount you were going to give me and I'll reprise the role. Like, how hard is that? Obviously, Disney said that Hawkeye was a major hit. It did very well for the streaming network, so why wouldn't you give him it? He's still going to be the same guy. He's still going to do the same things. They have stunt doubles to do the things that he can't do, so I don't understand why they can't.
The door is not entirely closed for his return to the MCU.
No, I still love the character. I still love to do it, but I had to defend myself. Do I have a right to say why? And I don't care what's happening over there in your accounting department.
To fully appreciate the weight of Renner's
For
savage
sure.
sentence and why it resonated so powerfully, we need to understand the harrowing journey that brought him to this point, a near-death experience that forever changed his perspective on life, career, and personal worth. The accident that changed everything. January 1st, 2023, started as a typical New Year's Day for Jeremy renner at his home near Lake Tahoe, Nevada. After days of heavy snowfall that Renner described as Snowmageddon, he was attempting to clear his driveway with his Piston Bully Snowcat, a 14,000-pound commercial vehicle typically used to groom ski slopes.
The setting's in Lake Tahoe, and it's New Year's, and we always have my family in New Year's, and we were snowed in for a few days. Sort of Armageddon, Snowmageddon, we called it, type of thing. So we had no power, electricity, or nothing, and we were having a great time. But New Year's Day, it was gonna be sunny, so I had to clear the driveway so we can get out and get some fresh air and that type of thing.
What happened next would change his life forever. While helping his nephew Alex move vehicles that were stuck in the snow, the Snowcat began sliding on the icy slope toward his nephew. In an attempt to warn him, Renner stepped out of the cab. When the machine continued sliding, he made a split-second decision to try to re-enter the vehicle to stop it. In this heroic but devastating moment, Renner was caught under the massive machine, which rolled over him like a tank over a log. The damage to his body was catastrophic. He broke over 30 bones, including 8 ribs broken in 14 places, a shattered right knee, broken jaw, clavicle, and orbital bone fractures. His skull cracked open, his eyeball came out, and he couldn't breathe properly due to his collapsed lung. Perhaps most remarkably, Renner remained conscious throughout the entire ordeal, fighting for each breath as he waited 45 minutes on the ice for emergency help to arrive. During this time, he made the conscious decision to focus solely on breathing, putting aside the shocking sight of his injuries. "I saw my eye, I'll worry about that later. I saw my twisted legs, I'll worry about that later," he recalled thinking in those critical moments. To survive, Renner relied on breathing techniques he had learned as a child when he accompanied his mother to Lamaze classes at the age of 11 or 12. These techniques,
awesome.
designed to help manage pain during childbirth, became crucial to his survival as he struggled with a collapsed lung and crushed ribcage. The severity of his condition was so extreme that Renner actually died briefly during the wait for help. The physical exertion of trying to breathe eventually exhausted him, and he momentarily lost consciousness before being revived. And then came back, and I was pissed about it. I saw my eyeball again, oh my god, because it was so great. I'm like, oh, it's so great. I was having such a good time because I did sort of regulate breathing, and then it just started to slow. The heart rate started a little slow. After being airlifted from the scene, Renner spent time in the intensive care unit, ICU, receiving critical care. His recovery involved reconstructive surgeries, including metal plates in his ribcage and eye socket, and a titanium rod in his left shin. He was released from the hospital on January 17, 2023, and by March, he had regained enough strength to walk with a cane. The road to recovery was grueling and required immense determination. Renner set milestones for himself, often centered around his daughter Ava, such as being able to stand at her birthday party in March. These goals gave him purpose and helped him maintain a positive mindset during the most challenging moments of his recovery. A significant motivator in Renner's recovery was his desire to heal his family, particularly his daughter and nephew, who were deeply affected by the accident. He felt that by getting better, he could alleviate their suffering and worry. These aren't characteristics that I typically do, and I felt terrible by it, and I knew I did do it. I forgave myself, and they're obviously not thinking like you ruined New Year's. You know, it's just something that was in my body. By 2024, Renner had made remarkable progress and returned to filming Mayor of Kingstown for its 3rd season, despite the physical challenges. His recovery journey became public as he shared updates on social media, showing his progress in physical therapy and his gradual return to mobility. The accident profoundly transformed Renner's outlook on life and career. In interviews, he has spoken about gaining a new perspective, focusing on simplicity, gratitude, and what truly matters. This shift in perspective has extended to his professional choices, with Renner becoming more selective about the projects he takes on and how they align with his values and well-being. So, one of the giant takeaways from the book, or me writing the book, was just cementing the idea that my oversimplification of life is how I live my life to recover. And I'm not changing it because life is just that simple. I am not going to overcomplicate it anymore. Even with his recovery progressing well, Renner continues to face physical challenges. He has explained that every joint is an issue and that he has numerous foreign objects in his body, leading to ongoing problems with inflammation. Despite Despite these challenges, Renner maintains a positive attitude, focusing on his blessings rather than his limitations. When asked if he would trade his current self for the version of Jeremy Renner before the accident, he firmly declined, highlighting the profound personal growth he has experienced through his ordeal. The publication of his memoir,
That's
My
awesome.
Next Breath, on April 29, 2025, marks another significant step in Renner's journey. The book, which details his accident and recovery, offers insights into the experiences that have shaped his current perspective and priorities. It was against this backdrop of extraordinary recovery and newfound perspective that Disney approached Renner with their insult offer for Hawkeye Season 2. To fully understand the significance of this lowballed salary offer and Renner's powerful response, we need to appreciate the journey that brought him to the MCU in the first place, a career built on perseverance, talent, and resilience. From struggling actor to Avenger to advocate, Jeremy Renner's path to stardom wasn't an overnight success story, but rather a testament to persistence over nearly 2 decades. Born in 1971 in Modesto, California, Renner grew up in a modest, blue-collar family. After discovering his passion for acting in a drama class at Modesto Junior College, he moved to Hollywood to pursue his dream. His acting career began in 1995 with a minor role in National Lampoon's Senior Trip. The early years were marked by financial struggles and uncertainty, with Renner taking on various jobs including makeup artistry, sales, and even working as a river guide to support himself while building his acting resume through guest appearances on television shows. The early 2000s saw Renner gain traction with roles in independent films. A significant breakthrough came in 2002 when he portrayed serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer in the film Dahmer, earning a nomination for Best Lead Male at the Independent Spirit Awards. This performance showcased his versatility and talent, catching the attention of industry insiders. The true turning point in Renner's career came in 2009.
Didn't know he did that.
His role as Staff Sergeant William James in The Hurt Locker. Directed by Catherine Bigelow, the film was critically acclaimed, and Renner's performance earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. The following year, his role in The Town earned him a second Academy Award nomination, this time for Best Supporting Actor. His inclusion in the Hollywood Reporter's list of Hollywood's new A-list in 2010 marked his transition from a struggling actor to a recognized star. After nearly 15 years in the industry, Renner was finally receiving widespread recognition for his acting prowess. The next phase of Renner's career would be defined by his entry into major franchises, beginning with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. After a cameo as Hawkeye in Thor 2011, Renner took on the role in full capacity in The Avengers 2012. This marked the beginning of his journey as one of the original 6 Avengers, a role that would significantly raise his global profile. Simultaneously, Renner established himself in other major franchises, appearing in Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol 2011, and taking on the lead role in The Bourne Legacy 2012. His performance in American Hustle 2013 further solidified his reputation, winning a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Cast. In 2013, Renner became a father to daughter Ava Berlin, an event he described as transformative. In a 2014 interview with Today, he stated, "Now I know what real love is. Best thing that I've experienced in my life," highlighting how fatherhood had given him a new perspective. As Renner's career flourished, he balanced his involvement in blockbuster franchises with more character-driven roles. His portrayal of Hawkeye evolved through appearances in Avengers: Age of Ultron 2015, Captain America: Civil War 2016, and Avengers: Endgame 2019, culminating in the Disney Plus series Hawkeye in 2021, where he co-starred with Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. This series allowed for a deeper exploration of Clint Barton's character, showcasing Renner's range as an actor within the superhero genre. Hawkeye received positive reviews, earning a 92% positive score on Rotten Tomatoes and an 88% audience score, and was a success in streaming ratings. Despite his success, Renner's career has not been without controversies. In 2015, during the press tour for Avengers: Age of Ultron, Renner, alongside Chris Evans, referred to Scarlett Johansson's character Black Widow as a slut and complete in response to fan questions about character relationships. This led to significant backlash, with both actors issuing apologies, though Renner later doubled down on the comments in an appearance on Conan. In 2016, during a Quanda, Renner admitted that he had wanted Hawkeye to die in the first Avengers film, stating, "I was just getting to know who Hawkeye was, and then zap. I go around like a zombie. I'm like Loki's minion." This suggested a degree of creative frustration with his role early on. Renner's personal life has also faced public scrutiny, particularly during his custody battle with ex-wife Sonny Pacheco over their daughter. In 2019, Pacheco alleged that Renner had threatened to kill her and himself, claims that Renner denied. The following year, he accused Pacheco of misusing funds from their daughter's trust fund, adding another public dimension to their dispute. Through these professional and personal challenges, Renner maintained his status as a respected actor. Then came the snowplow accident in 2023, which could have ended his career, but instead became a profound turning point in both his personal life and professional approach. The accident and subsequent recovery gave Renner a new perspective on fame. In interviews, he has noted that people now see him differently, recognizing him for his resilience rather than just his roles. This shift has made public interactions more genuine and less focused on his celebrity status. His recovery journey has also changed how he approaches his career. Renner has become more intentional with his time and energy, prioritizing projects that align with his values and allow him to maintain his health and spend time with his family. This intentionality extends to his work on Mayor of Kingstown, which he approached not just as a job, but as part of his recovery journey. Rather than viewing filming as taking time away from his personal life, he integrated it into his healing process. It was with this evolved perspective that Renner faced Disney's offer for Hawkeye Season 2. The reduced salary proposal wasn't just a business negotiation, it was a valuation of his worth that felt at odds with his journey and contributions. His savage sentence questioning whether Disney thought he was only...
Which, that in itself shouldn't be, because obviously it had really good ratings for the season 1. So with it having really good ratings, that means Disney probably made a decent amount of money on Hawkeye, and they probably should have gave him at least what he made before, if not more, honestly, because he is what made that series happen.
Half the Jeremy, because of his accident, cut to the heart of this disconnect. In many ways, this controversy exemplifies the complexities of navigating a career in Hollywood, where artistic passion, financial considerations, physical demands, and personal values often intersect in challenging ways. Renner's response to Disney's offer provides a glimpse into how these complexities are magnified when an individual has experienced a life-altering trauma. The impact of Renner's stance extends beyond his individual situation, potentially influencing how other actors approach negotiations with major studios. By publicly discussing what he perceived as an insult offer, Renner has drawn attention to the power dynamics between talent and studios, particularly when it comes to compensation for streaming content. This dispute comes at a time when the entertainment industry is undergoing significant changes, with streaming platforms altering traditional compensation models and studios reassessing budgets in response to evolving audience habits. As reported by Business Insider, these shifts have led to tensions between talent and studios, as evidenced by Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit against Disney over the simultaneous release of Black Widow on Disney Plus and in theaters. For fans of the Marvel
Which she had
Cinematic
every right
Universe,
to.
the dispute raises questions about the future of Hawkeye as a character. While Renner has expressed willingness to return to the role under the right conditions, the current impasse suggests that we may not see him donning the bow and arrow again in the near future. This uncertainty extends to other potential MCU projects that might have included Hawkeye, such as the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, set for release in May 2026. Beyond the immediate implications for Renner's career and Hawkeye as a series, this controversy has sparked discussions about the value placed on experience, talent, and recovery in Hollywood. The suggestion that an actor's worth might be diminished due to injuries sustained in a life-threatening accident has struck a chord with many, highlighting concerns about ageism, ableism, and respect for performers who have given years to building franchises. The power of Renner's savage sentence lies not just in its criticism of Disney's offer, but in what it represents. A man who faced death, fought through an excruciating recovery, and emerged with a clearer sense of his worth and values. His refusal to accept what he perceived as an undervaluation of his contributions and capacity speaks to broader themes of self-respect, resilience, and the courage to stand up for oneself in the face of powerful institutions. Ultimately, whether or not Renner returns as Hawkeye, his impact on the character and the MCU is undeniable. His portrayal of Clint Barton has contributed significantly to the success of the Avengers franchise and resonated with audiences worldwide. The dispute with Disney, while potentially closing a chapter in his Marvel journey, is just one part of a career and life story defined by perseverance, talent, and an unwavering commitment to personal integrity. The savage sentence that ended Disney represents a profound affirmation of self-worth from an actor who has literally fought his way back from the brink of death. In standing up for himself, Renner has perhaps inspired others to recognize and assert their own value, both within the entertainment industry and beyond. If you love this video, click on the...
Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thought it was something I should share. Disney has done quite a few things in the past few years that I don't personally agree with, but we won't get into that. But if you did like this, leave a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and we will see you on the next one.
Let's go.